South Carolina Federal Credit Union was founded in 1936 as the Charleston Naval Shipyard Credit Union. Since then, we have grown to 24 locations spread across the entire state. We serve over 150,000 members. What we wanted to do was replace all of our switching, networking, all of our wireless under a brand that can do it under one roof. So one owner brand for all of our components. And what we found after doing several RFPs and meeting with several different companies like HP and Cisco, et cetera, is that they could do it. However, they had different product lines within their product lines that they had to use to give us the products that we needed. We were introduced to Arista products through one of our value-added resellers, and Arista really fit a unique set of requirements for us that no other vendor could meet. Number one, they could do it under one roof. In other words, the Arista brand and Arista product line met all of our needs, and it met all of our needs with one common code base. So it got us around the scenario of having to update different products with different sets of code, different revisions of code, et cetera, making it very complicated to manage all of the network gear that we had. Arista had that very unique scenario where they had one common code base, they had one product line, and we were able to implement that across the entire campus and branch network. We're using CloudVision to manage all of our configurations on the switches, all of our alerting on the switches, all this information that happens in the switches in one central point, and that's something that's new as well. We didn't have that before across all of the network switches like we have today. Before, we had something in place that would allow us to view some of the network switches. However, we did not have a system in place that could do it all. CloudVision for us will connect to every Arista device and will give us telemetry data on the switches. It will give us the ability to manage and maintain configurations and configuration templates. We've been using CloudVision as well to monitor those switches and having great success with it. So moving to Arista was also a huge cost savings from a capital perspective. So before, we had about a $3 million switch infrastructure, and after the Arista implementation, we had about a $1.5 million switch infrastructure. Arista's form factors are much smaller. They use up a lot less data center space. They use up a lot less data center power. And you need fewer devices to do the same things we were doing with our previous vendors. We had several operational improvements when it came to maintaining the switches. We have the leaf spine design in place today, which makes upgrades much simpler. We also saw several performance increases with the move to Arista when it came to data speeds. We were able to introduce mGig, we were able to introduce 5 gig at the port, we were able to introduce 2.5 gig, we were able to introduce 25 gig, 100 gig, across the different interconnects between the leaf and the spine, and we didn't have those kind of speeds available to us previously. The support from Arista has been above average, I would say, after our implementation. We've been on Arista now about 2 years. The process that they use is pretty amazing in the sense that we get an engineer right away. They're knowledgeable about our products. They're not just merely taking our information for someone who's knowledgeable to call us back. We get a hold of someone who's knowledgeable right away. They know the products that we're using. They understand the information we're conveying to them. And then they are very quickly, in our cases, been able to pinpoint and resolve the issues that we're having. So the TAC experience that stands out for me is the knowledge level and how you immediately are connected with somebody familiar with the products. The future for Arista's and Arista's product line that we have here, we're real excited about the campus product line from Arista. We're looking at the Awake product line to kind of see how that can be implemented here to give us information on nefarious activity that might be happening over the network. I'd say the biggest thing that stood out about Arista and Arista's products is the one common code base that they have. So every product that Arista uses has one set of code that covers all those products. And so we don't have to try and figure out what different code we need for the different products, apply those differently. We can, through CloudVision, believe it or not, just grab the OS file for the switches and we can deploy those across the board, and it covers all the devices in one common code base. We don't have to deal with unique code bases for unique products and try and navigate what those are while we're doing our maintaining and upgrading.